All right, well, let's want to say a good afternoon for everyone.
我们向大家问下午好。
Okay. It's a beautiful day. The sun's out. There's snow in the mountains, and air is fresh.
非常好的天气啊，太阳在外面啊，雪在山上啊，空气很清新。
I'd like to thank you for coming today.
感谢大家今天都能来。
Okay, yeah, and here to worship the Lord and to learn more about His Word.
来这里敬拜神啊，学习他更多的话语。
So my name is Scott Weaver.
我叫 Scott River，
and the translator today is Zong Liang.
翻译是钟良。
And it's interesting how God works in His ways.
很有意思是神是怎样做他的工的。
Yeah, for this morning, I was trying to figure out what I was going to wear. And I was thinking about wearing a dress shirt and a tie. Okay, but then something said, no, don't do that.
今天早上我想说穿一个什么衣服呢？是衬衫打领带呢？然后神说不要这样。
So I decided to wear this, and I was hoping I would not be too informal.
他说我就决定穿了这件衣服，然后希望不要太不正式。
But then Zongwen has a sweater with the same pattern.
然后钟良呢就穿了一件毛衣，那个图案都是一样的。
So that's kind of, in some ways, thankfulness and an answer to prayer, that even though I didn't know what to wear, I end up wearing the right thing.
这也是祷告一件事情啊，就是有时候我们哪怕不知道自己穿什么，我们会穿一件对的衣服。
And so getting into the topic today, which is the seasons of life.
来到我们今天的课题啊，是生命的季节。
We have a purpose and we have choices to make.
我们有我们的目的，我们也要做我们的选择。
And sometimes we don't know if we're making the right choice or not.
有时候我们不知道我们做的是不是正确的选择。
Until you get up in front of everybody and you're hoping that you wore the right shirt.
直到你来到众人面前，觉得这是一个对的地方。
But today I want to share some learning from my life and something that I really wish that I knew when I was younger, but know now.
我们今天来，我想给大家分享一些事情。很多事情是我希望在年轻的时候就明白，但是我现在才明白。
And that is part related to God's will for our lives.
这个与神在我们生命中的旨意有关。
What I hope to get out of life.
我希望从生命中得到的东西。
And the choices that I make.
一些我做过的选择。
And in the season of life, going from birth to death, it's a bit sobering.
这个生命的季节从出生到死亡呢，是一个很让我们警醒的事情。
Nobody wants to look too far into the future.
没有人想看得太远的未来。
I think it was Einstein who said that infinity is best discussed in a room with four walls.
我觉得爱因斯坦说过，这个无限是
Infinity discussed in a room with four walls. So you think infinity, but you're in a room.
OK， 就是爱因斯坦说，你渴望永恒，但是你待在一个四面是墙的房间里。
Okay, yeah. And also the realization that life is actually short.
我们意识到我们的生命其实很短暂。
Okay. So before we get too far, let's read the passages.
那我们
They're in your bulletin.
先读一下今天的 message 今天的信息在周报上。
So I'll read in English, and then we'll follow with Chinese.
我会读英文，然后大家可以读中文。
From Jeremiah 29:11 through 13. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Then you would call on me and come and pray to me. I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart.
耶和华说：“我知道，我向你们所怀的意念是赐平安的意念，不是降灾祸的意念，要叫你们幕后有指望。你们要呼求我，祷告我，我就应允你们。你们寻求我，若专心寻求我，就必寻见。”
Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, and trust in him. He will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, and your vindication like the noonday sun.
你当倚靠耶和华而行善，住在地上，以他的信实为粮。你又要以耶和华为乐，他就将你心里所求的赐给你。当将你的事交托耶和华，并倚靠他，他就必成全。你要使你的公义如光发出，使你的公平明如正午。
So in modern culture, life gets pretty confusing.
我们现在这个文化里生命变得比较难懂。
If we go back a couple hundred years ago, it wasn't so confusing.
几百年前的话就不会这样难懂。
Okay. If you're a son, you most likely will grow up to do what your dad did.
如果是你儿子的话，你大概就会继承你的父业。
If you're a daughter, you grow up usually to be married and raise a family.
如果是女生的话，就长大之后就结了婚。
But today we live in a different world.
现在世界不太一样了。
A world where we have SEO engineers.
这个世界我们有很多的工程师。
Yeah. We have programmers and engineers of all sorts.
我们有这个编程的人工程师和各种各样的人。
All sorts of vocations and paths that we can take.
各种各样的职业和路我们可以选择。
But yet the Bible's foundation and words help us give guidance and direction in the lives in our world.
但是圣经中的话呢，会帮助我们做我们的选择，去找我们正常的那条路。
And to help us with our purpose.
帮助我们寻找到我们的目的。
Okay. So today I'm going to present 3 models of seasons of life.
那今天我们讲3个模型生命的模型。
Okay. So first one is the classical 4 seasons model.
第一个是传统的4季模型。
Next one is a material model.
第二个是物质模型。
Okay. And a spiritual journey model.
第3个是这个属灵旅程的模型。
Okay. And the reason why there's 3 instead of just 1 is that I think 1 is not enough to get a complete picture, and 3 barely does it.
我们选3个模型的原因是，我觉得一个模型的话可能不会讲得很清楚，3个会好一些。
Okay. So we approach these models with 3 viewpoints. First one is personal. The second one is kind of the human broadness, and the third one is God's.
这个模型我们有3个观点第一个是比较个人的，第二是比较人类的，第3个是属神的。
But today we're going to talk about the personal one. That is yours.
今天我们讲这个个人的，它就是你的。
Okay. And to gain some perspectives, the average lifespan is around 80 to 85 years old.
这么看的话，我们这个人的一生大概是80到85岁。
On one hand, if you calculate 365 days times 80 years, that's a big number.
如果说你是按天算的话，一年365天乘上80年，这个数字会很大。
Okay. But another perspective is 80 autumns or falls that you will experience, and 5 of them, you were little kids that you don't remember.
那我们换一种方法看的话，你这一辈子大概只会过80个秋天，而且其中有5个可能是你在很小的时候，你哪怕都不记得了。
So that means if you look out this window and you see the bright colored leaves, you have about 75 times in your lifetime to see it.
也就是说，你从窗户看出去这个颜色漂亮的叶子你这个一辈子可能只能看75次。
Okay. King David said, "Teach me to count the days."
大卫王说：“求教我们如何数算自己的日子。”
And the Bible does say that life is like a mist; it quickly passes.
这个圣经也说，我们的生命就像
So what I hope,
礼物、云雾我们很快就穿过去了。
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay, this is a very tough topic in the translations. So,
这是一个很难懂的课题
Okay, yeah.
翻得不好。
Okay. So the point I'm trying to make is life is short, and every day you need to take advantage of it.
我们要讲的就是说，生命很短暂，我们每一天都要好好的利用。
Okay. But before we go too far, I want to present the limits of a model.
那我们先讲一下这个模型的这些局限。
Okay. I do hold the persuasion that God gave us a brain, and we should use it.
我们很感恩，就是说神给我们大脑我们也应该好好的利用它。
So we use models to try to explain things.
我们用模型去试着解释一些事情。
However, we should also use our brains to let us know that models do not explain everything.
我们有大脑呢，也会让我们知道这个模型并不是能解决所有的问题。
So the models I have is general application, ideal, and academic.
这个我模型有的是一个通识的应用，还有一些比较理论学术的。
Okay. But individuals vary greatly, and the situations vary greatly.
但是每个人呢，区别是很大的，那每个人经历的状况也是区别很大的。
So you'll have to take the next step and apply this to your own life and to your own situation.
那你需要自己去迈出这一步，做你自己的决定，去应用到你自己的人生中。
And then God has the right to overrule whatever we do.
神是会有这样的全能去掌控我们所有的东西。
So in Isaiah 55, verses 7 through 8.
在以赛亚55章7到8节。
For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than yours.
耶和华说：“我的意念非同你们的意念，我的道路非同你们的道路。天怎样高过地，照样我的道路高过你们的道路，我的意念高过你们的意念。”
Okay. All right. Okay. So, what I would really ask of you today is to know the basic stages of life and which stage you're in.
那我今天想让大家去想一想的，就是说，知道我们人生中的几个阶段，然后我们是处在我们的哪个阶段。
And to what purpose? It is to walk with God. It is to make better choices, add clarity to your life, and remember that it's about the one true God and about people, not things or causes.
那为什么让大家这么想呢？是希望我们可以和神一起同行然后做正确的选择，然后让我们人生活得通透。然后这是关于我们独一真神的，并不是关于人或事的。
Okay. So please, take time, think, consider. It's okay if you kind of, drift away, not listen to me if you're thinking about your life and how it applies, because let God talk to you.
那也真的是希望大家可以好好的想一想这些事情哪怕不太听我的讲道，也希望大家好好想一想神对你们每个人的计划是怎样的。
Okay. So let's go to the first model.
我们看第一个模型。
It's the classical 4 seasons model.
四季模型。
Spring follows summer follows spring, autumn follows summer, and winter follows autumn.
然后春夏秋冬4个季节。
Okay. This model is pretty much found in every culture in the world.
那这个模型就是哪个文化都会有
And the obvious reason is because there are seasons and the earth goes around the sun.
因为比较浅显的道理就是因为有太阳，我们会经历4季。
But there's some aspects that we can pull out of it.
但有一些点我们可以从中发现。
Okay. So in spring, we prepare the soil and sow seeds.
在春天的时候，我们会预备我们的土地，然后播种。
In summer, we nurture those crops and we protect them.
夏天的时候，我们滋养这些作物，然后保护它们。
And then the autumn comes the harvest and storing up and also clean up.
在秋天的时候，我们收获、储存，然后清理。
And then in wintertime, it's time to eat what you stored up, to reflect on things, and prepare for the next season.
冬天的时候，我们会吃，然后反省，然后再准备明年的春天。
Okay. So there's some interesting observations that can be found from these.
有一些特别有意思的点，我们可以发现。
Okay. So the first one is, it's been discovered by humans that the seasons are unchangeable.
第一点就是我们人们发现这个4季是不会变的。
Okay. Unchangeable, even by the most powerful leaders.
就算再强势的领导者，他也没法改变4季。
Yeah, President Trump can't send a tweet out canceling winter.
这个川普不能改掉我们的冬天。
The Communist Party in China cannot declare winter will not happen.
中国的政党也不可能说这个冬天是不是让它不来。
Okay. So that gets into one of the considerations of our life.
这会让我们想到我们的人生。
You can't change the order of the seasons either.
你也不能改变你生命中的4季。
Okay. So that means in the season of sowing and planting for the future, you need to do it at the appropriate time.
所以就是在你人生中播种的时候，你也需要找合适的时机。
Yeah, you can't wait to another season to plant.
你不能等一个季节才去想到播种。
Another observation is you sow in one season and harvest in another.
另一个观察到就是你在一个季节播种，在另一个季节收获。
So when you're young and you're planting seeds for the future,
所以当你年轻的时候，你为你的未来做打算去播种的时候，
you may not able to harvest until you're much older.
你是不能收获的，直到你年纪大的时候。
And if you're a little impatient like me, it's hard to wait.
如果说你像我一样没有耐心的话，真是等待很煎熬。
But once again, you can't change the seasons.
还有就是你不能改变这些事情的。
Another observation is the things that you do in each season is different.
还有一件事就是四季，你每个季节你做的事情是不一样的。
A farmer in springtime plows the ground and plants.
农夫在春天的时候是播种的。
Then he puts his plow in the barn and forgets about it for another year.
然后在不用这些犁具的时候，就会放到他的仓库里，然后下一年才会用到。
But come fall, he pulls out the harvest tools and uses them.
到了秋天的时候，他会拿出这个收获的工具。
So the major point is that, in life you are building and requires long-term thinking and a little delayed gratitude or gratification.
所以就是用到我们生命中的是，你有建造的时机，然后
long-term thinking.
需要考虑做长远的打算。
Delayed satisfaction. What's this word? Gratification. Gratification.
所以有些东西你会延迟。
Okay. Sounds good to me. So the next model is kind of a hybrid one that I think I call it the material because it's getting stuff. But in modern society, you need stuff and you need money to survive and to be successful.
这个模型是一个比较综合的模型。我们现在这样讲这个物质模型，就是说我们有时候需要积累一些事情去做事情。
So it starts out into a preparation phase.
然后我们从一个准备阶段开始，
Then accumulation stage.
然后到了积累阶段，
Okay. And then a deploy stage.
然后应用阶段，
Okay. And then finally an invest stage.
然后最后是投资阶段。
Okay. Which is a little counterintuitive, but I'll explain.
我可以为大家解释一下。
Okay. All right. So in the preparation stage is you're gaining skills and knowledge.
在准备阶段呢，你是获得这些技能和知识。
Okay. So if you're in high school or college, you're in that phase.
如果说你是在上高中或上大学的话，那你就是在这个阶段。
It's important to get the knowledge and the skills to be successful in life.
学知识、学技能是为了以后成功做打算。
And then as you graduate and move on in life, you get into the accumulation stage.
当你毕业之后了，你就到了这个积累的阶段。
You get a job.
你有工
You
作
get a career.
收获你的事业。
You get a car. You get an apartment. You get a wife or a spouse. And then you get a home. And then you get kids. And you just continue to build in that accumulation stage.
买房买车结婚生子，然后开始建造你的事业、人生、家庭。
Okay. But to be successful in life, you need to go through that phase.
你想人生成功的话，这些都要经过的。
Then later on in life, you have to deploy the things and the skills that you have.
等到再后一个阶段，你就会
So you're using the resources and skills to build a better world.
会用你的资源和你的资源去创造一个更好的世界，去作为发展。
And then later in life, this is a little counterintuitive, you're actually investing in the next generation.
等到下一个阶段的话，你就会在你的下一代上开始投资。
There's inheritance to give out, and there's knowledge to share.
你有一些资源要传接，然后有一些知识要分享。
Okay. And this is counterintuitive to the world system,
这就是我们社会的这个体制。
where the world system says, get as much toys before you die.
那世界的话，告诉你，你在死之前尽量的玩乐。
Okay. But in the biblical principle on God's purpose is you need to be helping others.
在属灵的教导上，神说我们要做一个能帮助到别人的人。
And helping others, you help yourself.
帮助别人也是帮助自己。
Okay. And this leads into the spiritual journey model.
那我们就接下来看到我们属灵旅程的模型。
At the highest level, the spiritual journey is the process of becoming like Jesus.
最高的阶段呢，就是我们会像耶稣基督一样。
Some people liken it as preparation to go to heaven.
有人觉得这是一个为上天堂做准备。
Okay. And I think it's the most difficult to model or to follow this model in life.
我也觉得这是一个最难跟随的一个模型。
But it is the most rewarding. Most rewarding.
但是也是很值得有奖赏的这样一个路程。
Okay. So it starts out as spiritual birth, a follower of Jesus.
开始的时候，这个属灵的生命开始是从跟随耶稣基督开始的。
Then a growth period where you have to increase so Christ can increase.
到了成长的阶段呢，你需要成长，然后神也可以成长。
That is, get the necessary skills and tools to be helpful to others.
这个讲起来就是说，你要有一些实用的经历和能力去做有用的人，帮助到别人。
A 3-year-old child is not particularly useful to society.
3岁的小孩是对社会没什么价值的。
Okay. But somebody in their 30s and 40s can be very helpful.
但到30-50岁的时候，就会对社会做很有价值的人。
Okay. And then a hard transition happens.
这也是会有一些很难的转型会发生在这个时候。
As spiritual maturity grows, the thought, this is from the Apostle Paul, is that, this is from John the Baptist. When he baptized Jesus, I must decrease so that he increases.
当一个人属灵成熟的时候，他的思想会转变。那从这个施洗约翰会讲到说，他必兴旺，我必衰微。
Okay. And this was later in John the Baptist's ministry.
这也是施洗约翰后期传教的一个例证。
At the height of his popularity and influence, John the Baptist says, I must decrease so Christ can increase.
施洗约翰在他最巅峰的时候，他说出了这样的话：我必衰微，他必兴旺。
And this leads into an unconditional commitment to Christ and his ways.
这也是引导到我们下一个阶段对神无条件的服从。
Yeah. Not unlike obeying as in the military orders.
我不会觉得这个是一个像军事上的服从。
Okay. You may not understand why you've been asked to do things, but you follow Jesus regardless.
你可能不知道为什么，你不懂这个背后的原因，但是你就是做他要你做的命令。
Then after many years, enter a mature phase.
在很多很多年以后，当你真正成熟的时候。
I personally don't understand this, so I copied from other people.
我还没有很懂这个阶段，所以我是从别人那里借鉴来的。
They described it as a yearning abandonment to Christ.
他们把这个描述为很渴望为了神去放弃一切。
Described as when you're young, faith and hope is very strong, but as towards the end of your life, the faith is so reality, and it becomes reality. You see Jesus, you feel Jesus, and that yearning to be with him is so strong that all else doesn't matter anymore.
就是年轻的时候我们靠信心和盼望活着，但是等到年老了，我们越来越接近神的时候，我们会发现曾经我们那些期望的东西都不再重要了，我们想要的就是信心活成现实，就会特别想要抛下一切去为了神。
Okay. So if we combine these,
如果我们把这些组合一下，
we gain another perspective.
我们看到了另一个点。
Okay. So you see that in the springtime is time for preparation and spiritual growth, or birth.
我们看到这个春季的时候，这个有准备，也有属灵的成长。
Okay, yeah. And then look at that one. Yeah, so what I'm doing is right down here.
这里我做的就是把它们都并列起来。
So it gives a perspective on different aspects of your life to consider.
这样的话，在不同阶段的话，我们可以做一个比较。
For a farmer, summertime is when the crops grow.
对于农民来讲，在夏天这个我们的作物在生长的时候
In the accumulation stage is raising family.
那我们这个第二个模型中积攒这个过程，就是我们在养我们的家人。
But in both cases, it's growth for the future.
但两个都是我们在为了我们的未来做成长。
Okay. So in the autumn time, when it comes harvest time,
在秋天，当我们讲到收获的时候
the skills and assets that you have are now being deployed for great things.
那我们曾经收获的技能就会现在应用起来做伟大的事情。
And the spiritual level that's necessary to be successful is definitely advancing and pretty high.
那我们属灵上虽然说未必一定要成功，但是会成长很多，然后是一个很高的高度。
And then in the winter time, it's you're eating what you stored up, the reflection, and the maturity.
那到了冬天的时候，我们就可以吃到我们能吃的东西，然后
But there's also an investment aspect to it.
然后去投资。
The older generation helps the younger generation out.
上一代人会帮助下一代人。
In some ways, that's kind of unique to humans.
这个也是在人的上面很独特。
So even though the end of life, they're preparing for spring.
虽然我们的人生走到了尽头，但是我们依然为了明年的春天做准备。
For people 2 generations younger.
作为上一代人对下一代人的传承。
Okay. So diving a little deeper. Okay.
那我们再深一点看呢？
So this is particularly addressing to the high school students and the college students.
那这个对我们的中学生和大学生很实用。
So this is springtime.
现在就是春天了。
Preparation time and spiritual birth.
准备阶段和属灵的出生。
Okay. And building a solid foundation.
建立一个很坚实的基础。
Your solid foundation that you build is absolutely necessary to be successful when you're in your 50s and 60s.
那你坚实的基础会作为你几十年后成功的一个保障。
But at your age, 50s and 60s might as well be 500, 5,000 years in the future. Okay.
What's that?
Okay. So at your age, right? 50 years, 60 years, the same as 500 or 5,000 years.
但是你在年轻的时候看，你好像50年、60年对你来讲就好像500年、600年一样遥远。
It's way out there in the future.
非常遥远的未来。
So I ask you to be teachable and to be prudent, to take the advice from the old fogies, that one day you will be 50 and 60, and a solid foundation is very important.
希望这个年轻的孩子们可以有一颗愿意领受的心，去听一些年长人的建议。
Okay. And so guidelines on how to be successful and build this foundation can be found in Luke chapter 2:52.
那这个建一个好的基础的这个指导性意见呢，是可以从路加福音的2章52节看到。
So this is describing Jesus when he was around 12 or 14 years old.
那讲的是耶稣基督12、15岁这样阶段的故事。
And Jesus increased in wisdom and in stature and in favor with God and man.
耶稣基督在智慧上长成了像神一样的人和身量。
Okay. So this gets into 4 foundational aspects that should be built upon.
那我们有4个分类的这样的基础。
Okay. Increase in wisdom.
增长知识，智慧。
Increase in your physical body and health.
增长我们的健康。
Your social skills.
我们的社交能力。
Family skills and able to handle different type of people in different circumstances.
不同的人、不同环境下打交道。
And the spiritual growth.
和属灵的成长。
Who is Jesus? What did he do? Memorize verses.
那谁是耶稣？他做了什么？然后我们去背一些经文。
Identify mentors and heroes that you can model after.
去分辨一些榜样和英雄，我们可以去向他们学习。
But I do really, if you take nothing away from all this, is you need a solid foundation to weather the storms in life and to be successful in what God's called you.
那我们这个很重要的一点呢，就是说我们要建立一个坚实的基础，为了以后去经历人生中的风暴做准备。
Absolutely important.
非常非常重要。
Okay. So the next one is summer.
那下一个就是夏天。
So this is falling after, you generally ages 22 to 40. You're graduated, you're accumulating things. You got a family, you're being established, you're making more money, you're happy about that.
所以这个大概就是25岁到40岁中间，然后你开始毕业了，有工作，然后你要养你的家。
Okay. And you're starting to use the skills that you learn and you're building upon your foundation.
你开始用你所学到的知识技能去建造你的房子在你的基础上面。
You're having some fun.
可能很有趣。
And you're also learning responsibility.
你也开始学到了什么是责任。
Okay. And when you develop a family, you realize that the baby trained you, not the other way around.
当你成了家之后，你会发现是你被孩子训练，而不是你在训练孩子。
And but there's some very important principles as you build upon your foundation.
但也有一些很重要的条例。
So one is found in Psalms 127, 1 through 3.
其中一个是在诗篇的127节1到3节。
Okay. Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. It is vain that you raise up early and go to bed late to rest. Behold, the children are a heritage from the Lord, and the fruit of the womb a reward.
若不是耶和华建造房屋，建造的人就枉然劳力；若不是耶和华看守城池，看守的人就枉然警醒。
So one of the things in this stage you're learning is you're learning that you need to surrender your life to God.
那这个阶段你要学习的事情就是你要向神顺服你的一切。
Not perfectly, not every day, but you're learning.
那兴许不是很完美，兴许不是每天都这样，但是我们在一点点的学习。
And as you grow older, you're going to learn to walk each day with the Lord.
当你在年纪大的时候，你就会学到每天都和神同行。
For the Lord builds your house.
因为是神在造你的房子。
Okay. You might use the hammer and nails to build it, but He actually provides the things to do it.
你可能会用到锤子和钉子，但是真的是神在提供你所需要的一切。
Okay, yeah. So one of the keys is not get too wrapped up into the family. Remember, you're building toward the future too.
这个很重要一点是我们不要和家里搞砸。
Yeah, building towards not only your future, but also your kids' future.
因为不是只是在造我们自己的未来，还包括了我们孩子的未来。
Okay, the next stage is autumn.
下一个阶段是秋天。
And this is my opinion, that is one of the most difficult seasons.
那我个人来讲，会觉得这是一个最难的季节。
On the spiritual side, you're going through the phase where I must decrease so Christ can increase.
在属灵上，我们经历了这样一个我必衰微，他必兴旺的一个时期。
And if you're successful,
如果你很成功的话，
okay, and you have a lot of stuff,
你有很多东西，
it's a blow to your ego.
它会很打击你。
Okay, yeah. So the kids are grown up or nearly grown up, and you have more free time.
孩子都长大了，或者是快长大了，你有一些很多的自己的时间。
Okay. But the stakes are very high now.
但是现在也要冒很大的风险。
For example, if you're a student in college and you pick the wrong major and you flunk out for a term, what happens?
如果说是你想象一下，你很年轻的时候选错了专业，你就花了一个学期呢，没什么特别大不了。
Your parents scold you. You pick another major, and you graduate.
你父母不开心的话，你就换个专业一样可以毕业。
Okay. The mistake is definitely recoverable and probably a very good thing, because if you chose the wrong major, you're going to be miserable.
这个后果也是很小的，而且有时候兴许是一个很好结果，因为你选错一个专业的话，调过来是一个对你很好的事情。
But if you're in your 40s and 50 and you make a mistake,
但如果说你在40、50岁的时候犯了一个错误
you're impacted, your spouse is impacted, your kids are impacted, a good chance your parents are impacted.
那你这个家里妻子会影响，孩子也会受影响，所有人都会受影响。
Okay, yeah. So one thing I kind of learned in this one is a harvest comes very quickly.
那我学到一件事情，就是收获来的是很快的。
The calm summer and the nice summer days, all of a sudden pass into autumn.
那这个美好的夏天在不经意间就到了秋天了。
And if you're a wheat farmer and the storm's coming, you're working all night to get that crop in.
如果说你在收获的时候，你会花很多的时间去把这些东西都收获起来。
There'll be hard days and long days and hard work.
然后会非常繁重的工作，然后要工作好久。
Okay. And you're leaving the accumulation stage.
然后你就是摆脱了这个积累的这样的一个阶段。
Which means you're giving away stuff, not getting stuff.
这就是说你在往外给，而不是在往里收。
Okay, yeah. But the good thing and the most exciting thing about all this is you're doing something bigger than yourself.
但是值得高兴的是，我们在做一些比我们自己大的事情。
When you're younger, it's great to get that new car.
你年轻的时候有一个新车很好，
But after a year or two, that car starts becoming old.
但是过了几年之后，这车就变旧了。
But in the harvest, you're reaping what you sowed when you're younger. You're getting the benefits of that.
但是当你收获的时候，你收获的是你
And you're having a lot of impact on other people, positive impact.
你会有一些很多正面的影响在别人身上。
The fruit of the Spirit is starting to show in your life.
属灵的果子这个时候开始在你的生命中显现。
So on one hand, you have to work really hard.
一方面你要很努力的工作，
But the impact and the benefit that you do to yourself and others is so much bigger than anything time in your life.
但是你对其他人的影响，你这个收获的好处也是比任何时候都要大的。
So this gets back into the seasons of life.
这又让我们回到这个我们人生的四季。
Okay. If in the springtime, when you're young and in school, you don't build a solid foundation.
如果年轻在春天的时候，你并没有建立一个很坚实的基础。
At the very age where you're trying to do the most and you have the skills and the resources to do it,
当你在后面你有一些资源去做这样事情的时候，
okay. At the very age, at the age, you have the skills and the resources to do it.
那在那个时候你是有这样的精力和资源去做事情的。
If you don't have a solid foundation, it will fall like you've built a house on sandy ground.
那如果说你没有好的基础，当你在盖房的时候就很容易就塌掉了。
You will not able to weather the storms of life,
你没有办法去遭遇人生中的风暴，
and they can be very nasty and mean.
会变得一团糟。
Okay. Nor can you build your dreams and what you hope to in life.
那你曾经梦想要建造的东西，你也没办法建造出来。
So once again, I stress, have a very solid foundation.
那还是我非常强调，就是大家一定要有一个坚实的基础。
Okay. And so the beginning of the autumn is you're decreasing so Christ can increase.
在秋天开始的时候，是我必衰微，他必兴旺。
And you go out as unconditional commitment to Christ.
然后你开始去对基督做无条件的服从。
Yeah. In the last year, I've been more stressed, more fearful in any time in my life.
去年的话是我生命中最压力最大的时候。
Woken up in the middle of the night and say, God, if you don't do this, if you're not faithful, if you don't deliver, things will fall apart.
那半夜的时候会觉得说，神如果说你不做这样事情的话，那我的人生就崩塌了。
Heart's thumping. You're going like, what have I done?
心会很焦虑，好像就是问神说我都做了些什么。
But every time God has delivered.
但是每一次神都帮助了我。
He's provided resources when it's needed.
他给我提供资源，当我需要的时候。
He's given me wisdom to get through some fairly complicated issues.
给我智慧，让我们可以经历这个很困难的事情。
He's given me physical energy to put in 18, 20-hour days.
给我这个生理上的精力，去让我可以一天工作20个小时。
Where my mind is as sharp at hour 20 as the first hour.
那我很清醒的时候，大概就只有这20小时中的第1个小时。
And you just realize that it's not me, it's all God.
那你就会惊奇的发现，这些都不是我，都是在神做工。
So I'll repeat it again. Solid foundation is very important.
那我再重复一遍，这个坚实的基础非常非常重要。
So moving on to winter, and to be honest, this is the most difficult part of this sermon that's in preparation.
那讲到最后一个冬天的阶段呢，那非常诚恳跟大家讲，这是这个讲到最难准备的一部分。
So I have not personally experienced it.
因为我没有个人的经验。
Okay. So everything on this slide I've copied from somebody else.
那这张图表上所有东西都是我从别人那里借鉴来的。
So if you're 20, 30 years older than me, and I'm missing the mark to say, Scott should have said this, Scott should have said this and done this, and so it apply to your own life.
那如果说你是一个比我大20、30岁的人，你会发现我可能在这张 slide 上面错过了一些信息。
So at this stage, I really hope that you have this yearning for Christ and to know Him better, and that personal relationship that just fills you in your heart.
那这个阶段呢，非常希望大家有这样的这样渴求神的这样的心，那种被圣灵充满，你非常乐意去做这样事情的心。
So the Apostle Paul wrote it this way in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, 16 through 18. Therefore we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day.
在哥林多后书4章16节到18节，保罗说道：所以我们不丧胆，外体虽然毁坏，内心却一天心思一天。我们这至暂至轻的苦楚，为要我们成就极重无比永远的荣耀。原来我们不是顾念所见的，乃是顾念所不见的，因为所见的是暂时的，所不见的是永远。
Yeah. So the advice that I've heard from others is don't leave social life, don't leave family life, be involved the best you can.
那我听到的建议就是说，不要离开家庭，不要离开你的社交。
The harvest still continues.
你的收获其实一直在继续。
But now you're using up the savings. The hard work that you did in the past is being used now, and that's a good thing.
那你之前所存攒下来的一些东西，现在开始用到了。
You're still needed in life, in society, and family.
你还是需要 这些东西去在家庭中，在你的生活中，
but in a different way.
但是方向是不一样的。
A way that what I'll call the youngsters don't understand.
那我们会叫说这个是年轻人不懂的地方。
Yeah. So you're investing in others. A lot of
So-
times it's grandkids.
所以你在投资别人的生活，很多时候是你的祖孙。
You're praying for others.
你在为他人祷告。
Your relationship with God is close enough that you know that He will answer your prayers for your grandkids and your kids.
你和神的关系好到一定程度，你会知道神一定会听你对你的祖孙的祷告。
Yeah. And some of the important things that you can do help out the youngsters.
那其他一些很重要的事情，就是你可以做出来去帮助这些年轻一代的人们。
Is not letting the people younger give up when a storm of life hits them hard.
是让这些年轻人在经历他们人生中风暴的时候不要放弃。
To share the values that your family has and that you inherited from your grandparents.
去分享你所经历的宝贵的事情。
Okay. Because if you take a step back between your grandkids and your grandma, that is 6 generations of knowledge.
那你回过头看的话，你的祖孙和你的祖父中间是夹了6代人的这样的。
And your example of faith and values goes into 10-year-old kids and grandkids and teenagers as they grow up as they face their challenges in life.
那你这些年经历的宝贵经验会传到你的祖孙上，这个10岁的孩子会帮助他们以后的生活。
Yeah, so don't check out.
所以
Like a hotel. Don't check out. Don't check out of life as a hotel. Yeah. Be engaged in life. Okay.
check out， 所以就不要退出。
Yeah. So be involved, I guess, is just don't disappear into a room. Be involved in people's lives.
那就还是要和其他的人的生命有沟通、有交流。
All right, okay. And a statement in which I definitely don't understand is the bottom one here.
那我不懂的这一条就是在最下面。
I've heard, especially from ministers and people serving God, that the most productive years of their life is between 70 and 80.
那我听到很多传道人讲到，就是说我这人生中最有成就的一段经历是在我70、80岁的时候。
They're impacting more people than any time in their life.
他们在无时不刻地影响着其他人。
And they're impacting the leaders and influencers of other people.
他们影响的人是其他人的领导者。
This may be a bad example, but let's say a CEO of a major corporation. He's 50 years old.
我们讲一个不是很恰当的例子，我们讲一个50岁的 CEO，
and he's listening to somebody who's 80 years old.
他在听从一个80岁人的建议。
Not only are you influencing that individual person, you're influencing the whole company that he runs.
那你影响的不是他个人，而是你影响着他手下的一群人。
And you have to do that when your strength and your beauty is fading.
那你做这样事情的时候，是你的力量和美貌都衰退的时候。
And which gets back into this total abandonment to Christ.
那这个会令到就是说我们完全的为主放下我们所有的其他事情。
I personally don't understand how it works, but hopefully this is food for thought and an inspiration for your older people.
我个人不是很理解，但是希望这是一个真的事情。
Okay. So after winter, in the terms of the human life, it's usually the end.
那过了冬天的话，那么人的生命好像就到了终点。
But for Christians, the story does not end here.
但是对于基督徒来说，我们的故事并不是在这里结束的。
So we have in Luke 24:6, He is not here, He has risen.
那在路加福音24章6节的话是主不在这里，他已经升天。
Okay, yeah. Okay. So the promise of Jesus and God, John 3:16 and 17. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but in order that the world might be saved through him.
约翰福音3章16节17节，神爱世人，甚至将他的独生子赐给他们，叫一切信他的不至灭亡，反得永生。因为神差他的儿子降世，不是要定人的罪，乃是要叫世人因他得救。
In 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, 13 through 14, the Apostle Paul writes, But we do not want you to be uninformed, brothers, about those who are asleep, that is, passed away, that you may not grieve as others who have no hope. For since we believe that Jesus died and rose again, once again, we have a promise that we will be raised and be with Jesus.
帖撒罗尼迦前书的第4章13到14节，论到睡了的人，我们不愿弟兄们不知道，恐怕你忧伤，像那些没有指望的人一样。我们若信耶稣死而复活了，那已经在耶稣里睡了的人，神也必将他们与耶稣一同带来。
So we don't have time to go too much more in detail on this.
那我没有时间去讲得很细节，
But I encourage you to seek out this promise, to understand it better, to understand God's way and his promises for eternal life.
但我鼓励大家去努力的探求神对我们的应许和神这样大奥秘。
So the solid foundation on this is Luke 24:16. He is not here, but has risen.
那这个很坚实的基础就是在路加福音的24章6节啊，他不在这儿，他已经升天了。
Nice. Okay. So the key points that I'd like to bring, this is drawing to a close. Okay.
那这个关键，我想在这里点出来去做一个结束的话，
Walk with the Lord.
和神同行
Okay. Learn his precepts, his commandments, and his guidance.
寻求他的旨意、他的命令、他的领导，
Okay. Each day prayer
每天都祷告，
and read the Bible.
读圣经。
Consider the life season that you're in.
就是在做决定的时候，想一想你
Okay.
这个人生中处在自己的哪个阶段。
So if you have a young family,
那如果你有一个很年轻的家庭，
you're in the season of raising a new family and a new generation.
那你在你的生命中经历你的新家啊，你刚有你的后代。
I would not suggest going to Mount Everest and trying to climb it.
那我就不建议你去攀登喜马拉雅山。
Okay. Grow in the faith.
还有就是在信心上成长。
So in the future, there's going to be storms and there's things that you want to do. You need the faith to get through both of them.
那在未来的时候，你会经历一些风暴，你需要信心去帮你度过这些东西。
And at the end of the seasons, you have a destination with Jesus.
那在你生命的终点，你会和主耶稣有一个终点。
Okay. So that is your ultimate goal.
那是你最终的目的。
And God will help you and guide you to him.
神会帮助你，引导你，让你走向他。
Okay. So whatever God has called you to do, trust in the Lord and do good, to dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart.
那不管神是让你做什么，都请信靠神啊，因为也做得好，然后在他的信实里坚固，然后靠着他喜乐，然后他会把你所想要的心里的需求都给你。
All right, well, thank you.
谢谢。